dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes.
All right, My Singing Monsters, take 10.
It's take 4.
It's take too many times because we can't get it together.
It's like it ain't making noise.
You gotta make a louder noise. Keep the beat.
Shala. 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 Shala.
We might have something. Come on, Katie. At some point, the road to forever, right? You're going to have to reset standards. Where I came into this relationship and where he came into this relationship, we had a certain level of standards. My husband let me in at his ground level and I let him in at my ground level. As he loved me to a space of elevating my standards, now I got to come back to this man that I love and say, hey, I can choose to divorce you, or I can choose to work with you to elevate you to my new level of standards. If you change, you must go back to your spouse and say, hey, I've changed, or I have new standards of self. Let me fill you in because you're my person. If someone doesn't want you to be their person, they just get a divorce. You've changed. I don't want to change with you. But instead of looking at your spouse trying to change you, why don't you look at it as you guys both had a set of standards when you first got together. And now that you're together, you're experiencing life, you're getting older, you're seeing what's going on with other couples. All these different things are happening. We went through a freaking pandemic. Have you ever been through a pandemic? And do you know anyone who's gone through a pandemic? That makes a relationship look completely different. So we've gone through a lot of things in our experience and in our life. And that causes our standards to shift. And if we can't come to our person and say, hey, this is how I'm moving today. And your person be like, okay, cool, let's go. Why are you being that way as their person? Do you want this or not? If you want this, be okay with change. Yo, Spirit just told me the reason why people have to meet your minimum standard because they have to reach enough to get within your space. You have to see how they're going to treat you if they continue to, like, it's step. Remember when I went through, like, friendship is like for a moment, then friendships being temporary, every day of friendship has to pass through the friendship test. You don't just get to be my friend and we're friends for life anymore. We're not doing that because that's stupid, because people evolve and grow. And the person that you said, let's be friends, when you were 7 years old cannot be your best friend still. If you guys are not evolving and growing and changing together, that's where you have the controlling stuff where I'm trying to control how you move because you're my friend. No. Anyway, so the point that I'm making is these kids are overstimulating me. I can't focus. So yeah, you have to sign the friendship contract daily. Or interactionally, right? So I may not talk to you daily, but when I do interact with you, you have to comply with my standards of self and those who I choose to surround myself with. And that can change at any given time. And in that change, I will communicate that to you. And you can choose whether you want to comply or you can just go and slide to the next. And that's fine either way, because I'm not holding on to you like you're a piece of property and you're my friend and you can't go anywhere. And now you become my friend of me because you still like me. You remember our history, but damn it, I don't like you today, but I'm stuck because you won't let me go. We're not doing friendships or relationships like that anymore. No. Yeah, because when you said you done cooking, you done cleaning, you ain't doing nothing, I knew something was up. It's like, yeah. But that was the first manifestation. And that's when it clicked in. In order to change a system and to reinstall a system, you have to completely uninstall the previous one, which means you have to stop completely what you previously did and then implement the new system. But some sort of something shock has to happen to the system, because It was almost a year ago, over a year ago, that I stopped cooking and cleaning. 2022, into 2022, 2023, I stopped cooking and cleaning. So I completely stopped the old system. I was just like, I'm done being a maid. Y'all figure it out on your own. Now, I didn't know what the other side of it was. And that didn't click in until 2024, March, February. So it took me a whole year to figure out what the next thing was, or something had to come to a critical space, or I had to get enough, dots and seeds planted for me to put together, like, oh, systems. Because seeds were being planted about that. Implementing structure, watching Kevin Hart and the success that he's achieved in life, and he's very structured, and he gives that structure to his mother, and he gives that credit. And Bailey was like, that's a beautiful way to remember your mother. And she was just like, because most people just say, I love my mom. Why do you love your mom? Because she's my mom.
Time to get paid, blow. Time to get paid. Time to get paid, blow up like I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. And if you don't know,